This is Epic Book Recaps, a podcast that offers complimentary audio summaries of influential nonfiction books, making learning a smarter experience. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Manson. Don't try to be somebody you're not. Be selective with what you care about. The crux of most self-improvement literature is to focus on the areas where we are deficient. They draw our attention to what we perceive as failures and shortcomings. If you're low on funds, you seek ways to generate more income. If you feel unattractive, you employ affirmations to convince yourself otherwise. The societal narrative perpetually champions positivity. The recurring message we receive is to care about all aspects of our lives. Unfortunately, caring more doesn't necessarily translate to a happier or improved life. True happiness isn't about giving importance to everything. It's about caring for those things that truly matter. As humans, we tend to overinvest emotionally in things that are ultimately insignificant, leading to feelings of inferiority. The author refers to this as the feedback loop from hell. In layman's terms, you become entangled in unforeseen emotions and end up blaming yourself for these feelings. The antidote to the feedback loop from hell is simple. Be indifferent to your negative experiences, anxiety, anger, guilt, fear, etc. It's perfectly normal to experience these emotions. It's okay to have off days. Berating yourself for having common emotions only exacerbates the situation. Mature individuals are able to focus their care on the essential aspects of life, resulting in consistent contentment. With this synopsis, you'll learn to embrace your uniqueness, remain calm in challenging situations, and be discerning about what truly matters to you. Obstacles are stepping stones to happiness. Our key values are predicated on the assumption that following certain steps will result in happiness. This assumption is problematic because happiness isn't a puzzle to be solved. Contrarily, happiness is an ongoing activity rather than a bestowed gift. It isn't something you can acquire from a self-help book. We are infatuated with the idea of happiness as a divine gift. Once obtained, we are liberated from all suffering. But this is unrealistic. Negative emotions, such as sadness, dissatisfaction, discomfort, etc., are inherent to our human nature and are crucial to cultivating consistent happiness. Disappointment spurs change. You cannot better yourself by being content with every aspect of your life. Pain serves a similar function on a physical level. Consider the sharp pain you feel when you stub your toe. Regardless of how unpleasant it is, it serves a purpose. Your body sends signals to show you your limitations or which part needs attention. The same principle applies to human psychology. Emotional pain informs you of areas in your life that need improvement. We cannot evade pain, nor should we. Life consists of problems that bring discomfort and hurt. Happiness necessitates struggle and is derived from solving problems. It is a perpetual endeavor. You can discover happiness once you identify problems you're willing to tackle and solve. We all desire to feel good and aspire only for the positive aspects of life. Few consider what struggles they are willing to endure in order to achieve their goals. We're all after the rewards and end results. Most of us shy away from the process. The majority of us don't want to exert effort and face difficulties. However, struggle is the pathway to happiness, and it emerges from problems. In your quest for happiness, you'll face numerous disappointments and shame. Wherever you go, numerous issues lie in wait. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. The goal isn't to evade these challenges, but rather to find the right ones to tackle. Exceptionality is a myth. The development of high self-esteem, feeling positive and good about oneself, became popular in the 1960s. At that time, psychological studies demonstrated that individuals with high self-esteem outperformed their lower self-esteem counterparts. Suddenly, motivational speakers were everywhere, claiming that everyone had the potential to be exceptional and immensely successful. A generation later, researchers have reached a simple conclusion based on years of data. We're not all exceptional. It turns out, there is no merit in feeling good about yourself if there's no substantial reason to do so. Challenges and failures play a crucial role in shaping successful and resilient adults. People with high self-esteem typically feel great about themselves. They feel they're doing something exceptional even when they're not. Mark Manson. Mark Manson. The significant drawback of the high self-esteem movement that has permeated our society is that it demands constant positive feelings. This movement uses a metric based on how positively individuals perceive themselves. More accurate metrics would consider how individuals perceive, feel, and accept their negative aspects. To start addressing your issues, you must understand that your problems aren't worse or more unique than anyone else's. The high self-esteem movement continually urges us to feel special. We're bombarded with this message from television, magazines, and social media. Mediocrity has become synonymous with failure. The idea of mediocrity frightens many because it's equated with a lack of achievement. They believe accepting their average status implies their lives are insignificant. In reality, acknowledging the mundanity of your life frees you to pursue your desires without the burden of unrealistic expectations. Those who excel in something initially perceive themselves as mediocre and work diligently to improve. Assuming you're exceptional from the outset won't lead to any progress. Therefore, rather than viewing mediocrity as a detriment, express gratitude and appreciate life's simple pleasures. Most of your life will be uneventful, and that's perfectly fine. Don't dedicate your life to frivolous causes. Concentrate solely on significant values. As humans, we tend to waste our precious time on meaningless causes. Sometimes we know in our hearts that we're setting ourselves up for hardship, but we proceed nonetheless. This is because we find some meaning in suffering, allowing us to endure and maybe even enjoy it. Whether we like it or not, suffering is an unavoidable part of life. You could attempt to evade it, but one undeniable truth is that running from negative experiences will always backfire. So instead of hiding from your problems, confront and address them. Instead of asking, "How can I stop suffering?" ask, "Why am I suffering? What is the purpose?" However, this isn't an easy question to answer. According to Mark Manson, to better understand ourselves, we must first comprehend a metaphor referred to as the self-awareness onion. Self-awareness is comparable to an onion. It has layers, and reaching the core inevitably involves some tiers. The first layer involves acknowledging and identifying your emotions. How do I feel? What is this emotion? I'm sad. I'm happy at the moment. This situation makes me sad, etc. This process is simple for some but challenging for others. Sometimes we try to deny our feelings. The second layer involves understanding the root cause of these emotions. Why do I feel this way? Why am I sad? Why am I depressed? The third layer involves your values. Ask yourself, am I viewing this as a failure or not? Am I judging myself? What standard am I setting for myself and others? This level is challenging as it requires introspection and significant effort. At the same time, it's crucial because our values define our problems, which in turn determine our well-being. Altering your values and definitions of failure and success will change your perspective on many issues. Did you know? Denying negativity results in perpetuating problems rather than solving them. It's okay to be optimistic only sometimes. Negative emotions are a vital component of emotional health. Take responsibility for your life and encourage progress by embracing uncertainty. The cornerstone of all personal growth and improvement comes from one simple realization. We are responsible for whatever happens in our lives, regardless of the circumstances. We can only improve ourselves if we acknowledge that we are responsible for everything in our lives, no matter the circumstances. It's irrelevant whose fault it is. The responsibility is always yours because you can decide what to make of the circumstances. Of course, someone else may be responsible for your situation, but this doesn't mean it's their fault. No one else is ever accountable for your life but you. People may be the cause of your unhappiness, but you have control over your suffering. You can change your values and how you perceive and react to your circumstances. It's up to you to adopt a new standard for success and use it to reevaluate your experiences. Often the only difference between a problem being painful or being powerful is a sense that we chose it and that we are responsible for it. Mark Manson. Mark Manson. Also embrace doubt and uncertainty because certainty never leads to progress. Certainty might provide comfort, but you need to embrace doubt. Question your values, beliefs, and feelings. Remember that you can only be certain about your future if you take active steps to shape it. Stop trying to prove that you're always right. Instead, ponder why you're wrong. Uncertainty propels us toward progress. Those who believe they know everything never learn anything. The first step to learning is admitting we don't know something. Accepting our lack of knowledge opens the door for opportunities to improve and grow. Embracing uncertainty is a crucial step toward evaluating our prioritizations and values. Because changing our values requires scrutinizing them first. Ask yourself questions like, what if I'm wrong? What would it mean to be wrong? Would being wrong make my current problem better or worse for myself and others? Will help you be a little less confident in yourself. The paradox of success. Failure paves the way forward. Success is proportional to the number of times you've failed, and improvement comes from a series of minor setbacks. There's a common saying that talent is overrated. Indeed, it's overrated. Success hinges less on your preconditions and more on the effort you put into something. We can only succeed when we're prepared to fail, allowing us to learn and grow. When learning to walk, a child will fall and hurt themselves hundreds of times. But the child will never give up or cease trying. Failure and discomfort are part of the process. You must fail numerous times if you want to succeed at something. As we age, we develop an aversion to failure and gravitate towards what we know we're good at. This relates to our education system, overbearing and critical parents, and mass media. Avoiding failure results in evading the necessary steps to succeed. Mark Manson suggests setting process-oriented goals and taking action with his do something principle. In high school, his teacher told him it was futile to dwell on an issue for too long. You need to take action. Once you start, ideas will come to you. By applying this advice, Mark Manson found that motivation often stems from action, not the other way around. It also ties in with inspiration. Your actions generate further emotional reactions and motivations and go on to inspire your future behavior. So if you ever find yourself lacking motivation, start with small actions. Anything will suffice. And try to observe the results of your actions. You can then leverage the outcomes of those actions to motivate yourself. Did you know? A study conducted by Polish psychologist Kazimierz Dabrowski in the 1950s revealed that survivors of World War II felt that the war made them psychologically stronger. They reported being more responsible and appreciative of their loved ones. Discard things that don't contribute value to your life and reflect on your mortality. Rejection is an essential life skill. It enhances your life by allowing you to concentrate on what matters and let go of what doesn't. If we don't reject something, we stand for nothing. When you commit to something, you're essentially saying no to everything else. Saying no doesn't restrict you. It liberates you from trivialities, enabling you to focus on what matters most. To foster healthy relationships, both parties must be capable of saying no to unimportant matters. They should make time to resolve their differences, establish their boundaries, and take responsibility for their problems. Only then can genuine trust and acceptance be cultivated. We should also reflect on our mortality occasionally to live life to the fullest, imbued with happiness and fulfillment. People seldom want to consider or discuss death. Some are too frightened to even acknowledge it. However odd it may sound, death imbues our life with meaning. If we were immortal, nothing would matter. Our values and experiences would be pointless. Mark Manson recalls the death of a friend in college. Initially, he was depressed for months. Everything seemed pointless. However, he thought if there's no point in doing anything, there's no reason not to either. This moment proved to be transformative. He quit smoking, changed schools, and began exercising. Reflecting on death deeply from time to time helps us contextualize our problems and appreciate life. If you fear death or are preoccupied with ensuring people remember you after you're gone, you won't be able to live fully. Ernest Becker received a Pulitzer Prize for his book, The Denial of Death, in which he proposed the term death terror, referring to the anxiety present in all our actions and thoughts. It stems from the realization of mortality and alters our perception of life. Once you've confronted your mortality, you can accept your life as a fleeting moment in the vast expanse of time. Then you can focus on a cause that will outlive you. Accept mortality and you'll finally make the most of each day and attain happiness. The prevalent mantra in our society is to maintain positivity irrespective of the circumstances. This incessant echo of positivity inadvertently instructs us to care about everything at every moment. Regrettably, caring more doesn't ensure you'll lead a happier and improved life. If you aspire to live a healthier and more content life, you must start caring about only what is genuinely important and nothing else. We care excessively about matters that are ultimately insignificant, resulting in negative feelings about ourselves. We experience certain emotions for specific or no discernible reasons, and having these emotions makes us feel even worse. The key to escaping this cycle is to stop caring about our negative emotions, such as anxiety, anger, guilt, fear, etc. It's okay to experience these feelings. It's normal to have bad days. Berating yourself for having certain feelings is counterproductive. At its core, maturity is about concentrating on only essential matters. This simplification brings real happiness. We endeavor to do too much in life, which results in stress and sorrow. We all need to learn to stop caring about the things that cause us pain. Decide to focus on what you want to care about and develop a more constructive approach to work, love, and life. Do this. Begin saying no to things that don't add value to your life. If you want to focus your time and energy on the things that matter to you, it's essential to say no to everything else. It is more important to miss out on trivial things than important ones. So make it a goal to focus only on the essentials and ignore everything else. Be ruthless with this.